Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday Hump Day edition, December 15th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I can't believe 10 more days until Christmas. It's truly remarkable how quick this year is coming to an end. But Christmas in 10 days, I can't wait. It's very festive in the area. It's awesome. I love the holidays. Simple as that. But they go by way too fast. I love the holidays, but they go by too fast. That's just how it is. But today is Wednesday, brand new episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning in, like always. Taking time out of your afternoons, mornings, wherever you may be across the world, hanging out with me. Huge night on the ice last night. It was much overdue. After that brutal weekend that we had, losing a little bit over 11 units, about 11.1 units, we bounced back in very formidable fashion, I have to say. That was truly remarkable, getting back, basically almost 80% of the money that we lost over the weekend back by just one night. You love it. You love to see it. And then, like I said, we are due for a bounce back. We were due. You're due for a terrible weekend. It happens, but a bounce back like last night, winning over 8 units last night. Congratulations to everyone that tailed the plays. Clients had 3 plays. Of course, they pushed on the Leafs over. I'll talk about it later, but the Leafs over and the Avs over 6, they pushed on those, but they did hit 2-unit Knights money line that cashed out pretty nice. Of course, the Avs over 5.5, I gave to Twitter for 2 units as well, and that cashed out as well. So that's just how it is, but I'm just happy that and thankful to be, had a solid night on the ice last night, so I'll talk about that this afternoon on tap as well. Also, tonight's 3-game slate. Again, another small NHL lineup tonight. 3 games, they all should be pretty solid for the most part, especially Capitals and the Blackhawks, and they have a nightcap with the Ducks and the Kraken. So, 3 games on the ice, I'll talk to you guys about that. Predictions, analysis, bets, much more, so stay tuned to that. That's probably going to be in the second segment of my show today. NFL DFS, I will be talking about at some point. If I have some time today, I will. If not, definitely tomorrow, because we have a game. We have a game on Thursday. It's gonna be a solid game. A nice AFC division. A nice game between the Chargers and the Chiefs on Thursday night, and then you have Saturday games as well. So tomorrow, it's gonna be a loaded show. All right, so I'll try and get DFS for Thursday night for tomorrow and Saturday games as well up and running for you guys. First segment of the show tomorrow, and then I'll get into NHL because we're going to have another solid card on the ice as well tomorrow. But this show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Create an account with them today. Sports are back and in full gear, as we all know. What a better way to start cashing out lotteries and going to BetUS. Create an account with them today. Use the promo code 12ounce 12OZ. Simple as that. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Zingo TV channel 761. Like I said, it's a free app. Download it. Switch over to the channel 761. It's on every streaming device out there as well. So download it. It's a free app. A lot of people have been using Zingo TV, so I appreciate the viewers out there tuning in to today's episode. Amazon.com, 12 Ounce Sports. We do have a website out there. Support the crew. Go to www.12ouncessportsradio.com/Amazon, and don't forget to check out the 12 Ounce Sports store. We have a lot of good stuff out there. Of course, we have a bunch of shows that we have on the network here, and it's nice. It's just nice to see a lot of people have their own apparel from their shows, which is nice. So go ahead, check it out. I got a bunch of stuff for Pete's Power Plays as well. If you want to support if you want to support me, go ahead, check it out. Check out the store today and get your Pete's Power Plays apparel today. I go from hoodies to T-shirts, tanks. I have women's clothes as well. I know a couple of friends of mine and my wife's friends as well that bought some stuff as well. So it's always nice to see representing, of course, Philly Pete's. It's always nice, and I appreciate each and every one of you that tuned into this episode, because if there wasn't, first of all, if it wasn't for 12 Ounce Sports, I wouldn't be having this show right now, and you all wouldn't be, engaging in these plays and all. So it's really nice. Like I said, I'm always thankful for 12 Ounce Sports for giving me this opportunity to basically have my own hockey show, my own hockey betting show as well. I mean, we've come, I went from, if those of you that's been following me for the last 3-4 years now, it's crazy how, me going on air and having like no visuals whatsoever besides just seeing Pete's Power Plays and a couple of logos and everything. But now it's like video, and I can't believe I've been on video live for about over a year now. So it's nice to see. So I'm happy to do this. It gives me nice time out of my busy work schedule, because of course I work full time as well. But this gives me a nice chance to get away from the real world of work and talk what I'm very passionate about. And of course, that's the NHL and betting purposes too, and get you guys what you need to get some money on the ice. So there you have it. But enough of me rambling on. I know you don't want to hear that whatsoever. But again, like I said, I always support each and every one of you. I appreciate the fans out there. Thanks for following me, and I do the best I can. I do the best I can to keep you all satisfied and get you some wins and some money in your pockets for of course, the holiday seasons. To treat your little ones and your wife, of course. You got to treat the wife, the missus, of course, some money as we head into the holiday season. So last night, if you did tail, congratulations. I will go through every play. 16 games that we had. 16 bets, I should say. 16 bets on tap. We had 12 games, 16 bets from me last night. A couple add-ons. So let's run it down real fast before we talk of tonight's games. Tonight's 3-game slate. So let's do it. So last night we had the Panthers and Bolts moneyline parlay at plus 115. Lightning came out victorious in overtime. Thankfully, I feel like they win every game in overtime as of late. And the Panthers just got annihilated. I mean, their 2 losses at home this year are the Ottawa Senators and the Seattle Kraken. I mean, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, they're losing. They're losing to not great opponents at home. But I mean, I figured they got smoked by the Senators over the weekend, and maybe the I'm sorry, that was the Lightning, excuse me. But the Panthers, I mean, they've been coming in hot. Like I said, they're 14-1 at home. The Lightning lost to the Sens over the weekend, so I expected the Lightning to kind of win this game last night against the Kings, and it was close. But, like I said, I'll mention show plays as well, but the moneyline parlay lost at plus 115. It's unfortunate. Panthers got blown out. Didn't expect it, but those that took the Sens, congratulations on that play. It was a good payout. However, we did cash out the first period over and the over 6, so that was solid money that bounced back from that. Knights -1 at plus 170. I was all over this play yesterday. I love the Knights from the get-go. Of course, of the news, no Brad Marchand as well, so I made Connor Smith. But that's a big deal. It's a big deal for the Boston Bruins. So the Knights -1 at plus 170 I got. That was on DraftKings. I was also on BetMGM, Sugar House here in Philly. All those books had either plus 165 to as high as plus 175 for that -1 spot, and that was an easy brainer, no problem whatsoever. That was a good payout, plus 170. So there you have it. There, good. Those that tailed got some good money from that game, specifically. Leafs Oilers first period over 1.5. What is going on with this Oilers offense? I mean, they have no defense. Defense is hurt right now, but I mean, Oilers have lost 6 straight now. Like, they don't look good at all. Their offense, where is it? It's not existent right now. Issues everywhere for this Edmonton team at the moment. They were hot in the beginning of the year, but the last 2 weeks, man, they looked brutal. They looked really bad. So, Oilers are an easy fade for me right now at the moment. But the over first period 1.5. I mean, you got 1 goal in the last minute of the first period. Not what I wanted to see, but hey, life goes on. We lose that one. Avs first period over 1.5. That cashed out, no problem. Sharks on the money line. That lost. I think everybody and their mothers were on the Sharks last night. I had -145. It did drop to -125-ish. So money was going towards the Kraken way. So I was a little skeptical about that, but I like to let things flow. And just ride out the plays that I take. I don't lay off plays. I don't cancel plays. Whatever I have, I let it go. I let it ride. That's how it should be. But Sharks money line lost at -145. That was a tough loss there. Kraken came out and they won. They won 3-1. That was a really good game from Seattle there. I was very impressed. Flyers in the money line. All right, that cashed out. No problem as well. Good 6-1 victory. I also mentioned on the show the over 5.5 that cashed out as well, so it was no problem. Didn't make the cards, but it did. It was a show play. And always remember to revert back to my replays that I tweet out all the time. You'll get all the bets, all the sides, all the angles, everything. I would break down every game possible with both totals, sides, where I'm leaning at in terms of every possible play when it comes to a game besides player props, because I don't do player props here. Flyers money line was a winner. Sharks over 5.5 was a loser. Pens -1.5 on the puck line. Easy breezy win there. Avs over 5.5 for a 2-unit play there for Twitter. That cashed out. I paid a little bit extra, -140, but it did manage to cash out. That's what we needed there. So those that tail got a nice 2-unit winner there. Flyers first period over 1.5. That cashed out. Leafs money line. That cashed out. Knights on the money line, +105 for 2 units for their clients. That cashed out. Easy breezy there. Good positive money. And then the Avs, Leafs over 6. Okay, both pushed for the clients as well. So, all in all, we did phenomenal last night. 10-4-2 on the ice with +8.05 overall units. Hell of a night. Way to get back our money from the weekend that we had. A terrible weekend. Way to get our money back. Almost all of our money back after a weekend with one night of one night of pucks. So we'll take that to the bank and run. Overall record right now is 248, and 9 lovely pushes. Grand total right now, -18.5 overall units. So, still down 18.5 units. That's okay. Under 20. This is 21 of the last 30 NHL cards now on the plus side. So, 21-9 in the last 30 for plus side cards from the NHL. So, we're doing very well. And like I said, a few weeks ago, we were down over 40 units. And, we fight back. That's how we are. That's what we do. We fight back, get back to a little bit of reality. So we're down to 20 units again, -18.5. All right, still a lot of grinding left to do for me. And it starts by getting some money back tonight as well. So on that note, give me a quick 2-minute commercial break. And when I get back, tonight's 3-game NHL slate, predictions, bets, and much, much more. So sit back, relax, grab your cup of Joe or alcoholic beverage, whatever you're doing on this Wednesday afternoon hump day edition of Pete's Power Plays, and I'll be right back.
"12-Ounce Sports" has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-Ounce Sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120OZE and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Wednesday Hump Day edition, December 15th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, Philly Pete, and we are live on 12-Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning in like usual. This show is always sponsored by BetUS. Create an account with them today. Use the promo code 12ounce, 120OZ, and they'll match your first deposit up to $125. Simple as that. Zingo TV, channel 761. Those out there that are tuning in, welcome aboard. It's a free app. Download it, and then flip over to channel 761, where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. Amazon.com, check out the store, support the crew. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. And lastly, don't forget to check out the 12 Ounce Sports, where we have a wide variety of sweatshirts, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you name it, from every show on the network, including yours truly, Pete's Power Plays and Philly Pete. So support the kid, support me, all right, like I always do, and grab your apparel today, because they are going to be running off the shelves in a matter of no time. So we're back, Hump Day edition, Wednesday. We have basically three games on the card tonight. Compared to, you had, what was 14 games and the 12 games because of COVID issues on teams. Now you go down to 3 games. I mean, the NHL scheduling is just phenomenal. It really is. I mean, what can I say? I mean, everyone loves that. Everyone loves going from a 12, 13, 14 card day to a 3-card NHL slate to back to a 12, 13 game NHL slate to a 2-game. I mean, it's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable. But hey, I don't run the scheduling in the NHL. Otherwise, I would have done a lot of things a lot different. But hey, listen, we all can't be Gary Bettman, so that's just how it goes. But we're back here. We're live, of course, on 12 Ounce Sports Radio. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow I'm going to talk NFL DFS. Okay, I'll talk NFL DFS for Thursday night's Chiefs-Chargers game. Saturday we have a doubleheader, so I'll be talking about that. You have the Browns and the Vegas Raiders, and then you have the Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. So a lot of issues with the Browns right now. I managed to lock the Raiders at +3 before the news of Baker Mayfield getting COVID. So it could help me tremendously, or it could not. I mean, the Browns could easily be, hey, we're going to put in Case Keenum and we're going to win the game. No problem here. But I took a chance here. See what happens. But solid games on the menu. NFL playoffs for fantasy playoffs start this week. So those that are ready for playoffs, congratulations that made the playoffs. In the 7 leagues that I'm in, I made the playoffs 6 out of 7. So I'm very happy about that. The other league I didn't make it, of course, I had Derrick Henry in, and I had Calvin Ridley, so it doesn't help me whatsoever. So with injuries, of course. But it's still nice to be in the playoffs 6 out of the 7 leagues that I'm in, so we're good to go there. So I'll give you guys a heads up, I should say, in terms of where I'm going NFL DFS-wise for tomorrow's Chargers-Chiefs game. And then I will give you guys a little bit of a breakdown for the 2 games for Saturday. A nice little doubleheader while I'll be wrapping Christmas gifts. So it's always going to be nice to have some Saturday football. That's what I like to see. All right, so we're back here. 3 games for tonight. Let's get in the hockey mode. I'm always I love fantasy football is what I live for as well, besides hockey betting. So playoffs are here. So like I said, the playoffs are here for fantasy football. So good luck to those that are in it. And that's all I can say. And congrats, and hopefully you guys win some good money. All right, so 3 games. You have Washington, Chicago. You have New York Rangers and the Arizona Coyotes, Seattle, and Anaheim for the nightcap. 3 games. Let's start off. The Washington Capitals at the Chicago Blackhawks there at the United Center in Chicago in the Windy City. This is a good Wednesday night rivalry game between these 2 squads here. Over-under set at 5.5. Chicago. Well, first off, Washington's -145 on the money line. Caps did open up at -165. They've dropped to -145. Chicago getting some love now at +125 on the money as a dog home spot tonight. Over/unders at 5.5. 75% of the money though is on the Capitals here tonight at that spot. Chicago comes in at home 5-6-1 at home this year, 5-7 at home covering the puck line, and 4-6 in the last 10 with the overs. Caps come in 8-3-2 at home. On the road. 8-3-2 on the road this year. 9-4 on the road, covering the puck line in the last 13, and 7-2-1 with the overs in their last 10. All right. Backstrom from News is back. All right. It's about time. Wilson right now is also a question mark. Does this increase productivity from anybody? Does it, or will it take a little bit of time? Hawks went into DC a few weeks ago and won 4-3 in Washington. So it was a good win there for the Blackhawks in DC nonetheless. So do the Caps want to play tonight? That's what you got to take it as. Do the Caps want to play tonight? You had an over last time, and the Hawks came out victorious in DC. But if the Caps come out that they want to play tonight, they'll win. I think they'll absolutely win this game tonight if they decide to play with Backstrom back as well. And also, Caps have allowed 3 or more goals in 7 of the last 10. 7 of the last 10 games, they've conceded 3 or more goals in. So, good over spot in my opinion tonight. That's where I'm liking as well. Give me the over 5.5 right off the bat between the Hawks, Caps. I like this a lot. Over 5.5. And it just really depends what kind of team you see out of the Capitals. Is it definitely a revenge spot for the Caps in this situation here, since obviously, like I said, the Hawks beat them in DC a few weeks ago. So this is a revenge factor for me. But I will side with the Washington Capitals tonight at minus 145 on the money line. I'm liking it. I do, as long as they play. Backstrom is back. And then, like I said, they've been conceding goals as well. So it's kind of like, this is a good over spot. I lean more of the over than I do with the Caps tonight. But like I said, this is my show here, and I break down everything and give you a angle on each side and total of each game. So give me the Capitals money line at minus 145. I also like the over 5.5. Okay, and I like the first period over 1.5 goals as well. I expect to see, it's a Wednesday night rivalry game. I expect to see some fireworks in the first period. Give me a 1-1 sort of outcome in the first period, but over first period, over 5.5, and the minus 145 Caps on the money line. Okay. Moving on, we go to these games are at this game's at 8:00 tonight, so we don't have to worry about rushing out plays or anything like that. Taking our time, we don't have to worry about those 7:00 puck drops. So we have an 8:00 puck drop to start off the night. All right, moving on, 9:00 Eastern time. We have the New York Rangers who lost last night to the Colorado Avalanche. Everyone was on the Rangers last night. They really, really were. And I was too, but it wasn't a play for me on my Twitter. It was not on my cards. It did not make my cards, but it was on the show. Rangers plus 1.5 and the money line took a chance. They were playing extremely well. They're coming in hot. They're a red hot Rangers team on the road as well. Then they go to Arizona. I'm sure they're probably going to have, they have a win mindset tonight if they're losing last night. But over under here is at 5.5. Rangers minus 215 on the money line. Arizona's plus 190, 75% of the money as well on the Rangers backers as well. I'm not surprised. Arizona's 2-9 at home this year, 4-8 at home covering the puck line in the last 12, and 4-6 in the last 10 with the overs. Rangers come in 10-4-2 on the road, 10-6 on the road covering the puck line, and 3-7 in their last 10 with the overs. I like the Rangers here. Okay, I like the Rangers in regulation. I like the Rangers minus 1.5 and a nice bounce back spot at the last night. I expect them to win this one. Put them in a parlay. If you put them in a parlay with the Ducks tonight, you're going to get a plus 145 spot there. Money line value there. Rangers, Ducks, plus 145 money line. That's a good spot for a parlay if you're looking for a two-teamer. But I like the Rangers here to bounce back. Minus 1.5. I like them in regulation as well. But I'm more of the over. I know both teams are trending under as of late, but I like the over 5.5 in this spot, big time. I expect the Rangers to come out, guns are flying right now. I expect the Rangers to score a decent amount of goals. I really do, and I expect the Coyotes to score a couple as well. They're due. They're good for about 2 goals at least. And the Rangers are usually good for about 4 as well. As long as their offense is all ready to rock and roll. Last time they only had 2 goals, but I think the Rangers bounce back in good form here, and I think they take care of the Coyotes tonight. I see a 4-2 Rangers win, and I believe we'll cover everything over and the puck line and the regulation. That's how I'm feeling though. More heavier lean on the over 5.5 in this spot than I am with the actual side on this one. So trend lightly, like I said, Rangers, Ducks parlay would be nice at plus 145. That's something to consider as well if you're feeling a moneyline parlay. That's a good one. It's a good one. Good positive value as well. So give me the Rangers here tonight and the over 5.5. And then the nightcap, we have the Seattle Kraken at the Anaheim Ducks. Over under once again at 5.5. Anaheim is getting 80% of the money here, minus 160 on the money line. They were at minus 145. Now they're at minus 160 and quickly moving to minus 170. So if you're on the money line, get it while you can. It was on DraftKings earlier for minus 150. Now that's at minus 160. So it's moving in the Ducks' direction. Seattle's plus 145 on the money line, getting 20% of the money there. So everyone and the mothers are on the Anaheim Ducks tonight at that spot at minus 160. Ducks at home, 9-4-1 at home this year, 13-2 on the puck line in the last 15. The -1.5 is at +170. That is some good value right there if you're feeling that. I like that spot. I do. 5-5 in their last 10 with the over. Seattle comes in 4-7-1 on the road. 7-6 on the road covering the puck line, and 5-5 in their last 10 with the overs. You got an under last night against San Jose, and Seattle covered that puck line. They did, and they won on the money line. But do we get that same Kraken team last night for tonight against Anaheim? Kraken on a back-to-back. Anaheim is heavily favored at that -165 spot. 160, -160, -165 spot. But that puck line, okay, to be honest, Anaheim 25-5 in their last 30 covering the puck line, home and away combined. At home, they were 13-2 covering the puck line in the last 15. I'm going with the Anaheim Ducks in regulation at plus. I like them in regulation. I like them -1 at +110. And if you want some really good value here, I like the Ducks puck line -1.5 at +170. Like I said, they're 13-2 at home this year, covering the puck line in the last 15. They're playing extremely well at home. Great spot. I'm all over the Ducks. Give me the money line. Give me the -1, -1.5, and then regulation. I'm all over the Ducks everywhere. Quack, quack, quack. Rangers, Ducks, money line parlay at +145 is a good spot. If you're feeling that, like I mentioned earlier. And when it comes to the over-unders here, I mean, Seattle, it's been a lot of unders lately for the Kraken and Anaheim. But like I said, I mean, will Stolarz be a net tonight? It's very possible. He has great numbers. But the previous meeting in November, last month, 7-4 affair between these two teams. And of course, this is the Ducks' first game since their road trip. So we'll see what happens. I do lean over here. Obviously, because of the previous meeting went 11 goals. I mean, you have to imagine they're going to have another solid outing here tonight. And Seattle is due for an over, so I do like the over in this spot. I'm on every over tonight, and the Ducks everywhere. That's how I'm feeling with this spot here. But side note here with the Rangers Coyotes game. The question is who's going to be in net for the Rangers tonight? Shesterkin, Georgiev, not really sure. That's just how their season has been, and especially with cappers trying to figure out who's going to be in net for the Rangers. I mean, it's tough. It's been difficult, and that's how they were last year too. I mean, it's been the same exact stuff. The Rangers, however, are 2-3 in back-to-back so far this year. So, not a great record, but something to consider if you're not really want to take that Rangers spot. That's why I'm betting more on the over in that game than I am with the actual Rangers spot. But I do like the Rangers Ducks moneyline parlay at +145. It's good value there. But there you go. That's it. 3 games on tap. Broke through every game. I mean, not much more that we could. Nothing else we could do here. But I want to recap. Like I said, I'm on the Capitals here tonight, and I like the over 5.5 and first period, as Washington heads to Chicago tonight to play the Wednesday night rivalry game. So Caps, over 5.5 and first period over. Rangers, I like as well. I like them. Cover the puck line as well. I know their back-to-back record is not great. 2-3. I mean, it's nothing ridiculously bad, but still a losing record. But we'll see how they do against the Arizona team. So I like the Rangers and the over 5.5 as well between these two teams here. And then the nightcap at 10 o'clock. I like the Ducks. I'm on the Ducks everywhere tonight. -1.5, -1 at plus value there. Regulation, and I like the over 5.5. We had a 7-4 affair last outing between these two teams. So, can we expect more fireworks in Anaheim this time? It's possible. It very is. So, I want to lean the over. 5.5 in this game. But my more heavier lean is on the Ducks tonight. And like I said, 13-2 at home, covering the puck line in the last 15. That +170 spot is worth the -1.5. So definitely consider taking that tonight. And if you want to have some sort of money line parlay play here tonight, which usually I have a lot of, Rangers Ducks pays +145. So a lot of value there tonight on the ice. So, and unfortunately, I'm out of time. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, for a more dynamic card that we will have tomorrow night on the ice. So it'll be a fun show tomorrow, just like every other one. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.